Mostly because, like, zero expectations.
Yeah, no, I don't have high expectations.
But it can also be really fun.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Yep, so it's been a while for me and Matt. I hope you guys all enjoyed our pre-recorded episodes.
Anime of the month, tier listing, and
yeah, we did anime of the month tier list. We did the end of year
wrap up.
and we also did the anime of the month for December.
Yes, so 3 episodes,
In a very
all
short
recorded
span.
near the same time for us. So this is actually weird because Connor and I have not recorded in like 3 weeks.
Yep,
So
which was also been nice.
it's a nice to have a break, but now we're full swing into
Full swing.
2026.
Back in it, and we're gonna be just cruising in, something easy, kind of. Hopefully, we'll be able to hold ourselves accountable on this, which is what we would like to be doing, reading. Also, some goals for the podcast as a whole. It's kind of what the episode is. We've done one of these, I think, twice already.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think we
past
do
2
it every
years.
year.
And then, we lie to ourselves and try. We try.
We try. Oh, I should have looked at last year's sheet to see if I even got close to some of the goals.
But yeah, so basically what we'll be doing is we'll go through our own personal reading goals, watching, etc., as well as just things we're looking forward to, because there's a lot of big things coming out this year. So we'll kind of have made our own little list for that, and then as well as jumping into our goals for the pod. The pod as a whole, us as a whole.
All of the above.
Very, very nice. We'd also like to throw out some thanks to both Gray and Troy for hopping in on those episodes where they kind of gave their input. Troy came in for the his top 5 games for the yearly wrap up. Gray did his manga anime and then Troy also joined in for his top and bottom picks for which were surprising.
I was shocked, to be honest. I was pleasantly surprised, I should say.
Which, speaking of which, anime of the month for January is an older one, which is Overlord Season 1. We're only watching Season 1 for now. If you would like to join us for the conversation and be kind of part of the conversation with the episode, feel free to join the Discord, which will be in the link down below. And yeah, we like just seeing what your guys' thoughts are. Without further ado, shall we jump into reading, Matthew?
Reading? Oh, scroll down here to the books section.
And I guess for this, let's go. One of us will do our list for reading. Then the other one will do their list. Honorable mentions after.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of book options?
So for reading, I have that I I don't have.
Should we do books, manga, and comics all together?
Yeah, maybe that's a good call. So for me, for books, so first of all, lots of catching up to do.
Yes.
In terms of just, reading. I've been out of the game. So
For a few years now.
Catching up. So the only thing I'm really looking forward to for the year is
Mhm.
Red God,
Okay.
which is the supposed last book of the Red Rising saga. I'm
Okay.
not even caught up to that, so I obviously have to catch up to read the following books before that. I'm currently 1.5. I'd say 1.5 books away.
Yes.
So that's the book I'm looking most forward to. The other thing I would say, if we're doing manga and comics as well, is that I'm looking forward to reading whatever Matt tells me
There
to
you
read
go.
comic book wise, because I'm not as deep in the know for comics. But
Yeah.
Matt's, even though you're not reading any weekly or monthly comics anymore, you definitely have your finger on the pulse, if it were.
Yeah, I do have, like, when graphic novels come out, I would do my best to be like, okay, so this one came out, so I got to grab this.
Yeah,
'Cause,
try.
Yeah, there's some good stories that are out. We'll cover them definitely in my section / next week's episode as well.
As for manga, honestly, a lot of it is just staying caught up with what is coming out, like One Piece chapters, Dan to Dan, just some of our current favorites. So there's nothing in particular that I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that to come out. A lot of it also is like we collect some manga physically, but we also read a lot of manga online, which I don't know, it just doesn't get as much hype, I guess, when you think of like, oh, this book release is coming out,
Yeah.
or this
That's why I think
comic paperback is coming out.
Yeah.
Whereas manga, we're like, we already read it.
Well, for me, I think what I end up doing is I end up reading series on the app that I'm like, if I don't get it physically, but I'm more excited because there's stories that I'm reading that aren't on the app, like Rooster Fighter or Record of Ragnarok. Those
Okay,
aren't
yeah.
on the app, so I'm like, oh, I'm excited for that next
You're
volume to
excited
come out.
for that volume specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Yeah, I don't have the same feeling. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, for manga and comics, nothing too crazy. Basically, I'll always like check on Gray and be like, any manga I should be picking up.
Yeah.
The other scary thing we've talked about on the past is like any new manga.
Gotta be skeptical.
It's a scary world out there. You don't want to get too attached.
It's true.
You want it to have a good chunk of volumes and be like, it's safe now. It's safe. I can
Safe
read
to
it.
come out. It's okay.
So even when I see a lot of hype, but it's only like 20 chapters, I'm like,
Not yet. Gotta wait till that I don't even know, because Glinka to Gluna was really good.
I think 50 chapters is
50
super
chapters
safe.
definitely safe. Yeah.
Like it could still get canceled, but I feel like enough story could be told where you can still enjoy it. What about you, Matt? I'm sure you've probably got a good chunk of books. I mean, every time we go
I got
to
6 and
chapters, it feels
6.
like you're like, I gotta get this book. The soft cover of this is coming out. This is coming out.
Yeah. Let's go books. I have 6 books and then 6 manga / comics. But technically one of them is a lot more than 6. But anyways,
Percy Jackson.
Yep. So that's the biggest one, is the last Percy Jackson book of the trilogy. The last Percy Jackson book, supposedly, is coming out this year. So I need to read the first 2 because I was just kind of waiting for it to all
Just waiting
come
for
out.
the wrap up.
Yeah. So I'll probably read those later this year. So I'm excited for that. Another big book series I read is the Disney Villains book series, which that final book is coming out this year, which is super exciting.
Which villain are they?
The final book is Chernabug.
What the heck is that?
It's the big creature from Fantasia.
Oh,
Yeah.
very interesting.
So I'm excited for that because it's like the big bad that's been kind of foreshadowed through the other 12 villain books.
Okay, very cool.
So, and I really like that series. It's just such a fun style to give more context to villains, how they are before the movie and even post movie.
Well, and you're a big
kind of thing.
villainous board
I'm
game
a
fan, so
big
I'm sure
villainous guy.
I'm sure without that board game, these books probably. I'm sure that
Yes
there's.
and no.
I want to say there is correlation. I'm sure
Definitely.
they saw like, hey, people really like this board game series we've been doing, and I'm sure someone was like,
I could jump on that.
yeah, and then it's just become its own thing after that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, some of the ones that have books I don't think are actual playable characters anyways, which is kind of cool
Not
too.
yet.
Not yet. And then obviously going on the Disney train, I love Disney Twisted Tales.
Mhm.
So we have 2 coming out this year. One is Up,
Cool.
which is going to be sad, guaranteed.
It's probably not going to be
Um,
pleasant.
No, but the other one that I'm more excited about is what if Nani and Stitch had to join the Galactic Federation to keep Ohana together?
Oh,
So I'm assuming like at the end, if like they end up going with Stitch instead of like staying.
yeah.
So I think that will be a fun read. Maybe we'll see
Something
some of the
different.
other experiments and stuff. Could be
Yeah.
a fun one. And then obviously I'm hoping to read more of my physical collection of books as well. And I have
I can relate to that.
and I have a current list of books I want to finish. So I want to finish the Red Rising trilogy. I grabbed a couple of Brandon Sanderson books I don't want to read. I picked up the first copy of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Dune I want to read. Try and get that done before the 3rd movie comes out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot for that. And then there's also more RPG books coming out this year. So there's at least one Power Ranger RPG book coming out. There's at least one Marvel RPG book coming out. Don't know what those are yet, but we've been on a successful thing of getting at least one a year, so I can only assume
Yeah.
that they're coming out. So that's books. And then if I go to manga and comics, we got there's light novels of the Twisted Wonderland, like the Hogwarts style Disney thing. We're getting a new light novel this year of it, and then there's a light novel that came out last year that I still need to read. I want to catch up on some light novels of One Piece with One Piece heroines
Oh, nice. Yeah.
eventually coming out. And obviously just more Disney Twisted Wonderland in general. And then for comics, more of the Ultimate Universe from Marvel. Really enjoying that world. We will be coming to the end of it
Right,
in
there's the
comics
big-
this year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to kind of catch up. I mean, there is 4 titles, I believe. There's 5 titles, sorry. So there's X-Men, Black Panther, Spider-Man, The Ultimates, and then Wolverine, which is a great one. All of them are really fun.
Very cool.
And then a storyline that just wrapped up in the comics is One World Under Doom, which is obviously cliche. Doom's a big baddie in the comics, and then the movie comes out. So, they
we have
hype it off. It
yeah,
happens
getting hype.
every time. I think Age of Ultron was the big storyline that was happening. No, that's the name of the movie. But there was some Ultron story that was happening
roughly
around
around the same time, yeah.
So, and then obviously the Absolute Universe. We have 2 new ones that are coming out this year for Catwoman and Green Arrow. And Scott Snyder is either helping or he's writing the Catwoman one.
Oh, okay.
And he's already writing the Batman one. But Jeff Lemire's been writing the Flash one. So they're just really fun, very Ultimate Universe-y of...
Yeah, just a very unique, different style take
Yeah,
on
the fact that, like, Bruce
big
Wayne
characters.
is a blue-collar worker.
Well, and Wonder Woman's,
and
like, from, like...
she gets stuck on Cersei's island
Yeah.
and doesn't grow up with anyone. And then she ends up riding, like, an undead Pegasus, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool little...
Superman comes to Earth as, like, a teenager.
Kind of like Supergirl.
Kind of, yeah. And then Flash is Wally, and his dad is like a military guy, so he's been moving around a lot. And then he ends up working at some military base. That's where Barry Allen is. And then there's an incident which causes Wally to get his powers.
Very cool.
So, and it's cool because all the Rogues Gallery also work for the military. And it's just interesting. It's an interesting take on them.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm excited. There's a lot of manga and comics and books, like you said. Like, when we go, I always have a list of like, oh, I got to pick
Well,
this
it's just
up
like we're
and that
reading
up
what you're
and-
reading. I think the one thing that's cool about manga is you can forget about something for chapters or volumes,
Yeah.
right? And you're just like, oh, I'll read whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, so for me right now, I'm reading like Solo Leveling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm reading that. But then maybe I stop reading that and then I just jump onto something else and you crank out 3-4 volumes of that and you're like, oh,
I'll jump back.
jump to something else.
Yeah.
You have to just, like, for me, I know you're like you mentioned, you're a big Record of Ragnarok fan. I haven't read Record of Ragnarok in forever. Like, I'm sure I have so much to catch up on. And
Yeah.
I'll
What was the
probably-
last fight that you?
Oh, I don't
read?
remember.
I
I'd have to like.
Buddha? You
Yeah,
knew
it
about the
prob-
Buddha fight.
It was the end of the Buddha fight.
Okay, yeah. So physical copies, we just got to the end of the fight after that.
Okay.
But the fight that happens after that fight is the one that's actually getting animated right now for season 3. So the
Yeah.
anime is ahead of the physical manga for us, anyways.
Yeah. So I'm probably like 3 or 4 fights
Yeah.
realistically behind.
Yeah, because Japan, they're in the final fight. Which
So
is like,
I got to catch up.
you got to catch up. Maybe it's the final fight. I don't know. I actually don't know how that story's going to end, in all honesty. I could see it going either way.
Who knows?
Who knows?
On to movies. A lot of big movies coming out. In
Yes,
the
it was
year of
hard to pick.
2026. I know. I have
good
3 honorable
solid-
mentions.
Let's go with your list first.
Oh,
I
actually,
made
it's
it
only 2 honorable mentions.
there. I made it so I only had 5. So
Okay, so I'll do my 5, and then I'll say my honorable mentions, and you can do your 5. Project Hail Mary.
nice.
I haven't read it. It's in my to read list, but from everything that I've read, like, it sounds like an amazing story. So I'm excited to see it. The film. It
Yep.
looks really good. Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I'm a sucker for Spider-Man films.
Yep.
Avengers: Doomsday. Although I have heard it's supposedly 4 hours long, roughly.
Crazy.
Which is a lot. Dune Part 3,
Yep.
and then The Odyssey.
Nice. The Odyssey looks so good.
They did a really good job in the trailer of like telling nothing, but also just giving all like basically like the costume design and
Yeah.
like, the overall scope of the, you know, how it's gonna look. And I was like, well, and it's just also so fitting because we're currently watching Percy Jackson, which is also going through the Odyssey.
Season
a
2
lot
is
of-
based around the Odyssey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the elements of the Odyssey. So you're like excited.
Getting hyped.
And then my honorable mentions go to Supergirl and The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like just because it's been so long since Mando, like a lot of the hype's fallen off. And the
Yeah.
last season I wasn't as, I don't want to say excited, like I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't the same feel. So like I don't know. I'm just happy that the story's gonna be wrapping up.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then Supergirl, I mean we've talked about it on the podcast before. The super family. There's just something that when they're so broken, it makes it a little less. I'm excited for the storyline they're telling for Supergirl,
Yeah.
and she is such a more complex character than Clark.
I agree.
So I'm excited for that, but we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah.
it goes.
That's fair.
What about you, Matt? What are some of the
I got 5
movies you
movies, and then I will throw an honorable mention because of a new trailer that came out recently.
Oh, okay.
So the 5 that I'm super excited for, we got Mandalorian Grogu. It's Jon Favreau, so I have faith in him.
Conclusion of the story.
Conclusion of the story, the fact that it's getting theatrical release, the budget's going to be higher, so it's going to be
Yeah,
nice.
because they really have had no budgets on
I
any of
know.
those Star Wars
Well, that's the
shows.
thing is that like they've had a huge budget for the show, so like if they're getting a bigger budget for the movie, like the potential is
It's there.
there. Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh, okay.
Haymitch is one of my favorite characters, so I'm super excited to finally get like a proper backstory. I'm hoping to read the book before the movie comes out.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the 50th annual Hunger Games. I think is the one.
Yeah,
that
I think
it
it's
is.
something like that. I kind of
Um,
like how they're not. Well, I mean, it would be really weird if they just went in order, but I like how they're like kind of jumping to.
Yeah, well, they're doing like ones that are
moments.
important.
Yeah.
because I think the first prequel was.
Are they all ones that have been referenced in
Yeah.
some way within the original books?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the
Obviously,
Ballad
the
of
first-
Songbird and Snake was Snow's game
Yes.
for the 10th annual Hunger Games. This one's Haymitch's game.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's a
Yeah.
good story.
So I'm pumped to see how that like plays in because obviously I think in the book we get like Katniss's parents at a younger age too because they would obviously know Haymitch.
Yeah.
So
Probably close to their.
it would be around the same age
Yeah,
and stuff.
and-
So
They would have seen him get
yep.
picked and stuff. Okay.
So
Very
I'm
cool.
like that's a good one. I'm excited for Clayface.
Oh,
it's
you're
a-
in your top 5.
Well, it's a DC horror film supposedly.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think-
in love with the. Well, I mean, maybe I'm also scarred by like Venom and stuff,
Yeah.
where I just don't know if there needs to be villain movies for certain rogues gallery. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
I would agree with that. But this, I don't know, this gives potential to some interesting things.
Maybe.
So like,
But-
I'm not.
And this
like,
is this in James Gunn's DC universe?
I
or
don't
is
know. It
this
might be a one-off
one-
thing.
it's
is
getting very
confusing.
confusing because that's a Batman villain
Yeah.
who's in his
Own thing.
one-off film, but
which
then we've
is-
also got Robert Pattinson's Batman doing his own thing
Yeah.
in his own universe.
Which I'm super excited for part 2.
Oh yeah. Did you
Especially
see the
Sebastian
casting? Yeah.
Stan as Two-Face.
Yeah, that's hype.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
That is super exciting. Man's in DC and Marvel now.
He's living the dream, honestly.
And then obviously, I'm assuming we will be getting some sort of Batman adjacent film within the DC.
The Brave and the Bold, yeah, is
so
already that's confirmed. Let me look up Clayface quick to see if it is going to be.
like what universe it belongs in.
Yeah, just it thinks. Oh yeah, it'll be part of. The Gods and Monsters chapter of the DCU. So it's
Oh,
going to
so
be
it's in
part of the
DCU.
Phase 1.
Okay.
So it is at least.
It's at least part of
Yeah.
it. That's at least better.
But it's
I just
directed-
feel very scarred by, we had the Venom movies. We also
Yeah.
had Morbius, who is an interesting Spider-Man villain that they absolutely destroyed.
terrible movie.
Yeah.
Then obviously the big 2 movies I'm super excited for is Spider-Man 4, and obviously Avengers Doomsday, because we're getting Return of the X-Men, baby.
The X-Men, the Punch Dimensions Online.
Exactly. So I'm pumped. And I will say, there's another movie that's potentially coming up, but we're not sure yet, and it's the new Narnia film. They're doing.
I did see that they were doing something for Narnia.
Yeah, they're doing the films in order of the book. So the first one that's going to come out is Magician's Nephew, which is my favorite of the book series.
Very
So
good.
if that comes out, sure. If not, oh well. And then my honorable mention goes to Death of Robin Hood.
Yo,
new
I
Hugh
saw
Jackman
that. Yeah,
film.
it looked very cool. I almost put that in my honor, but I know nothing about it.
I think that's why I'm so excited about it, because I'm like, it looks so good.
It's very gritty.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yo, yeah. Like it
It just didn't make the cut for the top or honorable mentions, but it does look very
Logan.
like I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by it for sure.
Same.
Um,
Very excited about it.
TV. This one was I thought it was gonna be harder because I was like, when I was first thinking off the top of my head, I was like, what's coming out? And then I couldn't think of as many things. And then I actually looked up like TV show. I was like, holy,
There's some good ones.
there's a lot. Thankfully, not super overload of Disney Plus Marvel content, which is kind of what we had in the last few years, which didn't feel as good. Some of them did feel like we were watching just for the sake of the podcast, which wasn't.
Wonder Man.
Hey, you don't have to just out them like that.
All I'm saying is that you shouldn't be releasing your entire season all at once.
Yeah, that's
But
valid.
That's irrelevant.
On to my 5. I've got Shrinking is getting a new season.
Okay.
Just really enjoying the show. Just kind of when I realized that a new season's out, I'm like, gotta watch it.
Yep.
Also Harrison Ford. There's just something really weird, but also awesome about watching him in such a different role, where he's like the grumpy old man. So he's playing Harrison Ford,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's in a humor, and it's actually perfect. Like he's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so well done. If you haven't checked it out, it's really good. It's unfortunately on Apple TV, so that's the only true negative I would say.
Yeah.
But it is super enjoyable. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. I mean,
Say no more.
I know. Like who doesn't like Darth
Exactly.
Maul? The One Piece TV show.
Yep.
Excited to see how we continue to both differ from the main continuity while trying, because obviously they're going to continue to keep this pace going at a better rate.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what they skip, but also maybe what they add, especially since the first season we had so much of Garp following Luffy, right? Almost in a way taking over Smoker's role in a way. But
A
we
little
have
bit.
Smoker in
We
this
have
season,
Smoker,
right?
so we'll see.
I'm excited to see just how it goes. I was not as crazy disappointed in the first season as I thought it was going to be. Number 2 is Knights of the Seven Kingdom, new Game of Thrones show.
Yep.
I'm just a sucker for all like the lore elements that go into this series, so I'll be checking it out. Will it be as good? Who knows? But I'm always down to like join the Seven Kingdoms and see what's going on. And then number 1, Daredevil, Born Again season 2. Season 1 was definitely one of both of our favorite
Yeah.
shows from last year.
Definitely.
It was in our lists if you were able to check out our episode from 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
So, just really looking forward to that. Honorable mentions: Spider-Man Noir,
Yeah.
mostly because like zero expectations.
Yeah. No, I don't have high
But
expectations.
it could also be really fun.
Yeah.
And then I have Vision Quest. Just excited to have this series, like this
trilogy
story
wrapped
done.
up. Yeah.
Wonder Man. It's an honorable mention because we will be checking it out for the pod.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Wonder Man. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
I also have Young Sherlock.
Okay.
I like Sherlock Holmes. I'm always interested to see how people can try and take such an old character and make them like same with James Bond. Like I always like James Bond and see what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah.
The problem with James Bond films is he's become so generic. Like it's
Cookie
not even,
cutter.
It doesn't feel like Bond.
Yeah.
It's just like
generic
generic,
spy movie.
generic spy action film.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Bond. So similar to Sherlock, I'm just excited to see different take on the character.
Okay.
And then I put this as an honorable mention, but really, we'll be watching it to judge it, and that's Avatar: Last Airbender season 2.
Oh, I didn't even know that came out this year. I thought
I'm
it was.
pretty sure it might not have an exact date yet,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to come out in 2026 at some
Okay,
point.
okay.
So it's an honorable mention because we will watch it.
Yeah.
But unlike One Piece, zero expectations, and was kind of like, oh, I kind of like what they did. This is the opposite, where
We had higher expectations.
I don't even know if I had higher expectations. It was just still zero, and I was still disappointed.
That's fair.
What about you?
Rookie season 8. I really enjoy that show.
Oh, okay.
It's a good show.
Fair enough.
I want to throw something on here that wasn't like very comic booky.
Yeah, fair.
That I really enjoy it. So
I mean, if you're looking forward to it, you're looking forward to it.
exactly. That one obviously One Piece season 2. The fact that Joe Manganiello,
Oh, I forgot that he was
is playing
I
Crocodile.
forgot that he was casted as
I'm like,
Crocodile.
he's gonna kill it. He's such a great character. He's such a huge nerd. So like, I know he's gonna do his best to have the character to justice.
Yeah, he'll try his best.
So I'm excited for that aspect.
Fair.
The Darth Maul show. You got to. This one doesn't have to be in this spot because it's also TBD, so I don't know if it's gonna come out. I want it to be good. That's the Lantern show.
Oh, I saw the Lantern show. Yeah,
I don't have any expectation.
fair enough.
So any Lantern content is better than no Lantern content.
There you go.
So that's the way I'm looking at it. And obviously, yeah, Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Not much else you can say.
Not much else you can say, Honorable mentions, obviously Wonder Man, Spider-Man Noir. If we're getting that Punisher special thing,
yeah. Good
don't
call.
know if that's coming out this year or not.
I mean, we'll be getting Punisher in Spider-Man.
getting him in Spider-Man, which is crazy because I don't know if like this is where the timeline gets confusing.
It does get confusing, but also, is this our first from like the Netflix shows that are going to be in a proper MCU film? Is Punisher the first?
In the films, yeah.
That's
I mean,
kind of
across like across TV shows, but yeah.
Because like we haven't seen Daredevil,
Kingpin, any of the Defenders.
Yeah, any of the Defenders.
Night Nurse,
So we're
Stick.
getting the Punisher.
Getting the Punisher. Yeah, I think he's the first one to make it from film.
So that's kind of cool.
Netflix, not from Disney
from
Plus
the Netflix.
shows.
Yeah, from the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Because remember how exciting it was when we were first watching like the original Daredevil and stuff, and Jessica Jones went on. You're like, oh, I wonder if like how they're gonna interlock, like putting them into the end. They're like, we're not gonna put them in, and we're like,
They exist adjacently.
we're like, what?
to-
Why not?
But yeah, I think this will be a gate.
Yeah.
Wait, no, hold up. We're idiots.
Who was it?
Daredevil. He was in
Oh,
the
yeah, he
Spider-Man
was in
movie.
Spider-Man. And technically, he was also in She-Hulk, which,
No, that's another TV show. That's fine.
but that's like more like Disney Plus shows. You're just like, oh yeah, those are inherently just MCU.
Yeah, but Kingpin was in Hawkeye.
That's true.
But if we're talking about films, it would be Matt Murdock.
But he's only there for like, he's
Still
not
there though.
because the Punisher looks like he might be punishing.
Yeah, that's true. He might be punishing. The Punisher might be punishing.
Where
Unsure.
Daredeviling wasn't deviling.
It's true.
He was just
He was
lawyering.
just daring.
He was lawyering.
It's true. Yeah, he would be the first one then, and then yeah,
That was before we got, before we got Daredevil Born Again. We didn't know if we were gonna
ever see him
continue
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know if we were gonna see Charlie Cox again as Daredevil.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Crazy. Anyways, for anime, I mean, we always cover this one in episodes.
Yeah, I have here. Tune into our seasonal previews. We do one for each season of the year. So many anime, it's difficult to really just be like, yeah, these are the 5 we're gonna watch. Because sometimes we write down we might be watching 10 in one season.
We watch 4.
Yeah, well, that's
But I mean, this upcoming anime season has some heavy hitters. Hell's Paradise, JJK, Free Rent, My Heroes Adventure.
Oh yeah, it's packed. And the other thing is, unlike a lot of other movies, TV shows that are like, we already have Dune and Doomsday slotted for the same opening weekend in December.
Yeah.
Right? We already know the movie's coming out. Anime? So we don't even know. There might be some big hitters that will come out for the winter anime, but we just don't know it yet.
Exactly.
So
We literally, you and I both have to stay tuned.
Yeah,
The viewers have to stay tuned.
yeah, the best way to know what we want to watch for anime is just to watch our seasonal anime videos. We do have our winter one just a few episodes back if you want to check that out. And when this episode comes out, we've only just really started the winter season. So we're just getting to the thick of it. A lot of great shows like Matt mentioned. So let us know what you're watching in the comments down below for the winter anime season, as well as what are you guys looking forward to for movies, for TV as well. We're definitely interested to know what you guys are looking forward to most this year.
Exactly. Anything else you're looking forward to this year?
Well, we got some video games.
Yes.
Now, I don't know how into the know of video games you are,
Not much these days.
but number 5, I am intrigued by the Pokemon Pokopia, which is like the Animal Crossing
yeah,
style.
yeah.
Just introduce something different with Pokemon. Always welcomed, considering the same. The Pokemon games are just always
Yeah,
gonna be
the game
same.
will just cost you $750 because I think it's only on the Switch too.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Number 4 is the Diablo 4 DLC, the Lord of Hatred. I know that Troy over the Nerdy Misfit Gaming is definitely looking forward to it. Diablo is one of his all-time favorite franchises. I'm going to check it out as well. It looks very fun. Number 3 is 007 First Light, new James Bond game. Like as mentioned, James Bond is a super fun character. Maybe the movies haven't been as insane in terms of like fully focused 007 style, but I mean, video games are one of the best.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have, it's not dated, but it's supposed to come out this year, and that's Marvel's Wolverine. That looks incredible.
Looks so clean.
Oh, it looks amazing. Definitely will try and maybe get Matt to play some of that. I know he doesn't have a PlayStation to play, but he can borrow it. He can borrow mine.
Thanks, man.
And number 1, will it also come out this year? Who knows? And that's GTA 6. It's one like the most anticipated game like 3 years in a row. Will this be the year that GTA 6 comes out? We'll find out. Definitely excited for that.
That's fair.
So on to other.
I do have one video game.
You have a video game?
Yeah. I just, as you were talking, I was like, oh, that comes out this year.
Oh, what's the video game?
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
The Legacy of the Dark Knight comes out.
I will not be able to play it right away because I don't have anything to play
What do you
it
think
on.
about the Lego Smart
but-
Brick?
Stupid.
I think for
Well,
like,
no, I think it's
for
just tacky.
kids, I can see the
Appeal.
appeal for it for sure.
For sure.
But if you're getting like a collector's edition Star Wars set that you know is just going to be on a shelf to like, you don't need a smart brick.
No. It's bougie for no reason.
And I like that it's like not connected really to the internet. It's not, taking any data or anything.
Yeah.
But like, it just seems like.
Just a waste of a brick.
But Legos are just like this fun thing to build. It doesn't have to be more than that,
Exactly. I concur.
Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know.
Anyways, other.
So I don't have any particular sets that I'm super excited for, but me and Matt, as always, will keep our eyes out on One Piece sets. I'd say it's one of our big card games that we like to keep an eye on. Only issue is a lot of new fans, potential scalpers. I'm not going to call them scalpers, but there's a lot of flocking over to the One Piece TCG as of late, making it a lot harder for us to buy One Piece.
Yep.
So
I've heard that. I was talking to my buddy who collects it, and he grabs like boxes, and he says that from Series 13, because OP 14 comes out in 2 weeks.
Yep.
There is a $65 difference in buying the box.
I mean, and the more you go back, just the prices are insane.
Yeah.
For any earlier boxes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally having new border-breaking art sets that will be coming out. The first one ever just came out in Japan.
They look nice.
So we'll have them in sometime this year for North America. So excited to see how those look in person. And then big one if you're a sports fan, which we're currently in January, but February is the Olympics for the winter in Italy. So looking forward to watching some Olympic events as well as cheering on our Canadian athletes. But also hockey will be having NHL players back for the first time in 8 years, 12 years, 8 years, 12 years, 12 years.
Wild.
2014, I believe, is the last time NHL players were at an Olympics. So excited to watch the best hockey players in the world represent their countries and play. I think it'll make the tournament super exciting. And then it's also a World Cup year for soccer or football. And that'll be in North America, in Canada, US, and Mexico. And that'll be crazy. I'm sure it'll be nuts around around here. Super excited to watch both. Obviously, Canada will be in the World Cup as well as any other nations maybe you might be cheering for. I know that where we're from, there's a lot of Italians who I'm sure will be cheering for Italy. They're not confirmed to be in the World Cup yet, but I think there's a good chance they'll be there. I'm sure they'll like that. But yeah, that's probably the big outside of our usual nerd talk. Some big sporting events.
That's true.
For 2026.
Maybe we'll have a sports episode special.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, I won't. Yeah, I don't have to be there.
Yeah, you don't have to be there?
Oh, throw Troy or someone up here,
On to the Nerdy Misfits goals.
Goals for the year.
Should you want to do personal goals or do you want to do Nerdy Misfits?
Let's start with us. I can read some of these things, and obviously the first thing is we're going to try and push and reach 1,000 subscribers on the good old YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed and you're watching this on YouTube, what are you doing?
Yeah, hit the subscribe
hit
button.
that subscribe button.
Help us hit our goal of 1,000
Please,
subs.
and thank you. That'd be great. And obviously, if you don't know and you're listening to this on any of your audio listening things, we are doing 2 days a week of videos. So we have obviously the weekly episode that comes out on Wednesdays for us here at the podcast, but Mondays as a YouTube exclusive.
Yep.
We do currently called Marvel Mondays, where we are watching the MCU in release order.
Yep. The goal for it after MCU is just to continue to do some sort of Marvel content related thing.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of movies.
A lot of animated movies that we can do, some Marvel animes,
some old school
X-Men, Spider-Man.
Exactly. There's a lot of movies, and then there's just a lot of Marvel content to talk about in general.
Always.
So Marvel Mondays, hoping to keep that going for the foreseeable future. But like Matt mentioned, maybe, just maybe, we're working on trying to get a third day in.
Yes.
Probably where we'll set, I think. But we're hoping to try and reach a Friday video.
Yes.
We don't have any immediate goals, but the long-term goal is to be posting Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
Should be pretty exciting.
So,
and if you have any ideas on what you guys want those Friday videos to be, let us know in the comments below.
We're definitely interested in your guys' ideas. Friday, we're hoping to be just more of a whatever we feel like talking about, really.
Exactly.
In a 15 to 20 minute video.
Exactly.
And then hopefully to just release a lot more short form content. Mostly we'll be focused on breaking down the podcast into clips, as since we want to grow to 1,000 subs, the best way to promote said podcast is to, well, break it down to clips. So hopefully you guys will see a lot more of us in 30 seconds to a minute.
Exactly.
Unless you already just watched the pod, and then in which case you'll see us again. Apologies.
We're everywhere.
On to some personal goals for the coming year here of 2026. I'm pretty sure this is probably the same for you, Matt, which is catching up and reading a lot more of own personal collections.
Yep.
So
It's literally my first 2 points.
I haven't broken down the amount owned to the amount of percent read, but it's not as bad as
me.
Yeah, well, definitely not that bad. Especially since if you consider mine's mostly just manga.
Yeah,
That's a lot easier to just crank through
it's true.
than straight novels.
That is true.
But yeah, a lot of ones. Yona of the Dawn's a big one.
Yep.
I have One Punch Man somewhere up there.
Yep.
That has a lot of volumes that needs to be read. What else? I'm caught up in Vinland Saga. I know it's over, so probably catch up and finish that. There's a good chunk. There's a very healthy
amount
There's a
of
healthy
manga
amount
to
of
read.
reading that can be done.
Yes.
And I'm sure that is the same for you.
Yeah, I mean, one of my points is the personal manga and graphic novel collection. I mean, for manga, for me, it's not as much as you, because I read Tokyo Revengers last year and caught up on Record of Ragnarok. Those were 2 big ones. I do want to, I don't own this physically, but I want to try and read Bleach this year.
Oh, that's a good goal.
And potentially Dragon Ball Z.
Also
2 big hitters.
Classics.
2 big ones that are in the manga sphere.
OGs, if you will.
OGs, yeah. But for physical, yeah, I have like a bunch of the Pokemon manga I want to catch up on. I have just extra light novels that I eventually want to catch up on too, just like a little bit, just filling in the blanks.
Yeah, valid.
You know?
It's a good goal.
Exactly. And just a lot of graphic novels that I've picked up that I'm like, oh, that's a cool story. And then, or like
And-
some big Marvel story.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been to the bookstore with you.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm picking up anything. And
Yeah, sometimes you just pick it up, and then I never hear about you talking about the thing you
Yeah.
picked up.
It's
But
true.
I understand.
Yeah.
This one's more of an impossible goal, but I put it down because
okay.
a goal's a goal, you know. Trying to catch up on my anime list, anything that I have started. So by that I mean seasonals maybe that I want to finish that I started last year
Yep.
that I've watched 6-7 episodes of and only need to watch maybe 5-6 more episodes of. I would like to get all of those out of my currently watching. That's kind of how I'm obviously not my plan to watch. That's a forever growing list.
Yeah.
But things that I've already started, I would like to finish. A big one that I recently did was Paranoia Agent.
Okay.
I was sitting on like episode 10 for its 13 episodes, I believe.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, and I think I sat on it for like 4 months.
It's like an hour. You just got to watch
yeah,
it,
I finally
man.
finished it in December.
Nice.
But stuff like that where it's like, just watch the last few
Yeah,
eps.
exactly.
So that's a big goal.
It's funny. I have a similar one where it's catch up on my anime list that I have on my on hold list. Get
Oh,
it down
on
to
your
at
on
least
hold.
single digits. I think I'm only at like 15 or 16.
Okay.
But there's like, I think like Black Butler, I have like 8 episodes to finish.
Okay, are you similar to me when you look at your on hold and you're like, I could and should watch this, but then you end up starting a new series?
Well, it's just like that. And then even like watching some seasonals. And then for me, like when I'm watching a seasonal, I'm like, oh, that one's a 24. So it's going to go to next season.
Oh, you just push it?
And then it just like to Be Hero X got to episode 10 and I was like, oh, I'll finish that later. And I was like, that has to go on hold for now.
My on hold's funny. There's definitely some series that need to be finished, but sometimes my on hold is like it's like the plan to watch, but like above the plan to watch almost, where it's like, this is what I'm currently watching. And then there's dropped, which is never gonna happen.
Yep.
And then the on hold's like I'll get to this before I look at something on the plan to watch list.
Yes.
That's kind of how I treat it.
That makes sense.
But there are definitely times where I'm like, oh, like catching up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, for example. I'm like, I could catch up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or I could start Sailor Moon, and then I watch the first 4 episodes of Sailor Moon, and I'm just like, wow, this is not a good use because this is not a very short series that I've now started instead of finishing something.
That's too funny.
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes for me. That's how my brain works. Big goal for me, and I've already started. Spoiler for next week's episode, which is hope to read some more comic books this year.
Whoa.
Um,
Okay, of my collection.
borrow some paperbacks from Matt, even if it's not the most up to date and current. I just want to be at least a little bit more in the know, or reading some relatively recent big stories. Usually, Matt, if it's a really big story or a unique story, Matt usually just lends it to me anyway. So you got to read this. Like even like a big one was I read The Last Ronin. For the first
The
time.
TMNT one, yeah.
Which apparently there's a second.
Yeah, I did pick that up. Obviously,
but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
I've never read it, never even heard of it, and then Matt's like, "You should really check this out." And it's like, wow, that was
pleasantly
a
surprised.
very enjoyable read.
Yeah.
I mean, a little sad and
Such a good
disturbing,
story, though.
but it was good.
Yeah.
What else do I have here on mine? I'll leave this goal for any of your other.
Okay, cool. I got watch more seasonal anime and less filler, in the sense of just like opposite to you actually. Instead of watching like random one-off things, I'm like, I should really like catch up and be more prominent in.
You just want to be up to date.
Yeah, exactly.
On some of the bigger things that are going on.
Yeah.
I think you did a really good job last year.
I definitely increased from 2024 to 25. I did a lot better in 2025.
I think we did a good job of also mixing in some more recent stuff with Anime of the Month, which helped a lot, I think, as well.
I agree.
We did a much more balance of like, here's some older stuff, here's
some things that are up for Crunchyroll Awards.
Exactly. And I think we'll do the same thing this year to try and help be like, hey, we maybe missed that during last year. It's on the Crunchyroll Awards like nomination list. Let's watch some of those.
Exactly. Which I'm super excited for. I'm always intrigued to see what. I know Crunchyroll is really just popularity contest, but it's always intriguing to see what makes the top 6.
Yeah.
Because like last year,
there were some good nominees. It was just maybe some of the winners I didn't feel as happy about.
Well, even think about the anime that we watched last year in general throughout the seasonals.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, there's some heavy hitters that would be super intriguing to see what it's going to be like.
I think most of the present, like current shows we watched were all relatively solid. We watched, it was obviously a little older, but we watched Delicious in Dungeon. We watched Apothecary Diary Season 1, which Season 2 was just finished airing at the time. We watched The Summer Hikaru Died, which was really good. Sanda definitely was a little bit more on the...
Sanda won't be in the top 6, but what a great ride.
Yeah, that one was not, you had to be either
liked it or you didn't.
It was like, it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but I still thought it was solid.
That was a fun one.
Anything else you got?
And then just for me, just like play more of the board games that I have.
I played a board game that I have that I've been sitting on for a while.
And how was it?
Spam for the first time. It was pretty fun. Learning took more time than expected.
Welcome to board games.
But once you did understand, I think it's pretty quick. It's just that first time playing, it was a commitment for sure. But I'm excited to play it again.
Exactly. And my final point is also your final point.
Okay, so the big one.
So the biggest one of the year for both of us and personal.
Yeah, so this is a big personal goal. Myself, I've always been interested in storytelling.
Yep.
And obviously fantasy, if you couldn't tell.
What?
I mean, everything we talk about is a fantastical.
A fantastical.
I'm making up words. Is all fantasy based in some way or another. And we've always bounced ideas off one another, even going back to as far when we worked together as sales associates.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. You don't need to say it like that. But it really does go back that far where we would be bouncing ideas off each other. I remember Matt was working on his own little fantasy world where he was going so in depth. He was like, oh yeah, it's going to have this language. And he was like working on that.
I used that language in my Power Ranger RPG system.
And he's created the whole world and the setting and everything.
Map and characters.
But he's never written anything for it. No. Like properly written anything for the story.
No. I have the whole first, I have the full outline for the first book. But
well, that's pretty good.
Here we are.
And so we've made a pact this year.
Yes.
To start practicing writing. So we're going to use this podcast episode as a way to hold one another accountable here. And that is that our goal is to write some sort of either a novella or a novelette. We haven't really... We'll see how the writing goes, because obviously it's just practice at this point. So we just want to be able to write what we can. If the story can't go to a novella length, then a novel is fine.
Yeah.
And mostly it's just to help get those writing chops going.
Exactly.
We love creating worlds, and it's about time that we actually put pen to paper, if you will, and actually writes a goddamn story.
Yep.
So the goal is, I believe, to have our entire novella done by the end of April.
The end of April, but to fully show it to each other by the end of May.
Yeah.
So have it done for April, and then some final touches for rough edit for the editing, and then
I think there's a good chance we do the end of April and we swap, let each other read it and make notes / edits and be each other's first reader.
Yep.
And then edit from there. But yeah, it's kind of an exciting new thing.
It's a new thing. It's also tough.
Oh, it's hard.
In the
Especially as
sense,
people
like,
who are, we definitely
We love world building for one.
Yes, we love creating the fantasy world and the magic system.
Yeah.
And
It's like, how do you do that and keep it simplistic, but also really good?
well, how do
in
you tell a
such
proper engaging story where the characters are interesting and et cetera?
Exactly.
Like the things that make the stories we love so good.
Yeah. It's long form, if One Piece was a novella, it wouldn't be as good.
But for us, it's like, yeah, just excited to start something new.
It'll be a lot of fun. I think it's a good goal resolution for 2026.
Yep. And then obviously after that, after we're done, the goal will be to write another one.
Another one.
Whether it be maybe we
And-
switch to a short story and try and have it done in less time.
Yeah.
But the main thing is also to force ourselves to understand that you have to put time aside to write.
Yes, you do.
If I saw something by, ironically, Brandon Sanderson, which if you guys don't know, Brandon Sanderson is a very popular,
Sci-fi fantasy writer.
yeah, who we've never actually read
No.
any of his books.
But I'm going to do this year. I'm going to read them this year.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we haven't read any of his books yet, but we both watch his podcast.
Yep.
We both have watched his
Lectures from BYU.
and I saw a pretty good quote from him recently. It was one of his previous lecture series, not the most recent one, and he talks about just you gotta write.
Stephen King locks himself in a room every day and writes 3,000 words.
Well, and that's Stephen King. I don't
But
know
that's
if that's
his
the best
style.
but the way Brandon Sanderson also worded was, no one's gonna make you write.
Yeah.
Like other jobs when you become, not saying that this is a career, this is just for fun, but in terms of like, he's like, no one makes you write. You have to make the time to write.
Exactly.
So, and I was like, you know what? That's pretty good advice. So it'll be good for being like, hey, every maybe whatever it is, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever time, whether it's every other day or every day. That's kind of excited to figure that out.
Exactly.
I'm also excited to see what we write.
Yeah.
And if it is good enough, maybe you guys will get to see it.
Fingers crossed. Maybe one day.
But yeah, that's
basically it
that's
for
basically it.
the goals for us, for personal, for the podcast and stuff like that. Remember, yeah, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Help
should
us out.
subscribe.
Help us grow.
Yeah.
And then you guys can come back here every Wednesday and listen to us talk about anime.
And tell all your friends to subscribe, because we're going to start being annoying. We're just going to say, we're going to say, help us hit 1,000 subs. We're going to say it every episode now.
Every episode.
Hit us goal.
Let's go. Anyways, thanks for listening and thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, otherwise. Yeah, and we'll see you next Wednesday
Yeah, we'll see you next
for
Wednesday.
another fun episode. Bye.
Bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you, and see you next week.